Plaintiff Stephanie Smalley lived with the defendant, but their friendship deteriorated after the defendant accused Stephanie of being in love with her. Stephanie suing because she claims the defendant then accused her of stalking and filed a restraining order against her. Defendant Alicia Bartling believes Stephanie was in love with her, and she insists she had every right to file the restraining order because Stephanie was stalking her.
Tell me what happened.
Just to start with, me and Alicia were best friends. We were great. Our personalities went so great together. We had so much fun. We met at work about 2.5, 3 years ago. She moved in with me in December of 2010. In the end of January, I went to Florida to visit my grandfather. I call him my pop-pop. And he's not doing the best. His health is declining. On my way down there, she called me and said that her boyfriend had left his phone in her car and she went through it and that he had cheated on her. I tried to be there. I was there for her to my best ability. But when I got back, I kind of went through a depression because I had the weight of my pop-pop, who I am so close to, is, he doesn't want to live anymore, and it's just so hard. And then having to be there for her, I got a little depressed. So I did go to the doctor and get on medication for that. But before I was able to get to the doctor, the weekend prior to going, I left work early because I was so depressed. That same weekend, Alicia sent me a text message accusing me of being in love with her, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Where'd that come from?
Because she thought that my withdrawnness and depression was because I was mad because she went back to her boyfriend and I was in love with her. It was totally...
It had nothing to do with her.
Right. So I sent her a text message saying, it's probably best that you move out.
Okay. Let me hear from her before we get to the details of living together and what you're suing her about. You want to give me some background?
First of all, Your Honor, it's ridiculous that Stephanie's suing me. I don't feel that I owe her anything. Like she said, we've known each other for about 3 years. We met through work. I moved in with her, and it was shortly after I had some issues with my boyfriend, and Stephanie and I started spending a lot more time together. I had more free time, and we got closer in our friendship. But she would say some strange things to me, like, you don't need him, I can make you happy. She'd come home with...
make her happy?
No, I told her that she didn't need him because he is like a piece of trash. Right. And I told her that, I could take her mind off things while she got over him. Not that way. Wait. Let me explain. For example, we went out to clubs night after night and just had a good time.
That's easy to misunderstand.
Okay, but she knew that's not what I meant.
If Doyle, I said, Doyle, I'm having problems in my marriage, whatever. He said, well, Judge, you need to get rid of her and let me take your mind off of her.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way.
I don't know what else I would think he's saying. I'm kind of with you there, ma'am.
That's exactly how I took it, Your Honor. But I kind of, shrugged it off. I knew she was just trying to be a good friend.
Right.
But it got weirder because when I got back together with my boyfriend, she just completely flipped out that I'm ruining my life and she can't watch me do this like it was her boyfriend.
I told her that, I could take her mind off things while she got over him.
That's easy to misunderstand. I said, Joel, I'm having problems in my marriage, whatever. He said, well, Judge, you need to get rid of her and let me take your mind off her.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Plaintiff Stephanie Smalley lived with the defendant, and she claims after she falsely accused Stephanie of being in love with her, she filed a restraining order against Stephanie.
Tell me why you're suing her for attorney fees and storage fees and lost wages.
Okay, well, when I sent her the text message that it was best that she move out, I told her she could just give me $150. Rent was normally ranged around $350, but since she wasn't there for half the month and it was just her stuff, I wasn't trying to screw her out of anything. I just told her, give me $150 for keeping your stuff and for the first part of the month when you were there. She came on February 28th to get her stuff with a U-Haul. Words were exchanged. She said to me, don't worry, I'll pay you. I'm not going to screw you. I said, just give me a time and a place and I'll meet you somewhere and you can pay me.
She turned you down?
No, like she wasn't going to screw me out of the money.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, you all right, I'm sorry. You threw me off. You're the ones talking about the woman hit on you, and I'm all right. Go ahead.
Nevertheless,
I can take your boyfriend off your mind. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry. So proceed with what you were saying.
So I told her to give me a time and place to meet her. She wouldn't. 2 weeks later, she still hasn't paid me. I approached her. It was on March 13th at work outside. I tried to be calm and collective about it. When I told her she owed me the money, she got mad and it turned into an argument between the both of us. We were both just as guilty.
Okay.
The next thing I know, I'm getting served with a restraining order based on complete lies, like fabricated. For example, she said that I threatened to kill myself. I have never threatened to kill myself or hurt myself.
Why would she get a restraining order on you for that?
Then she said that I was calling her friends and family to find out her whereabouts and driving around looking for her. Okay, well, what had happened was we were...
That's not how you say that, man.
What has happened?
That's not how you say that. No. Listen to me, dude. What had happened was...
Yeah, that.
That's how you say
What
it,
had happened was...
Yeah, if you're going to talk like that, then do it right. Go ahead.
She worked Monday nights, and then she had a private duty case in the morning, and then she had school in the afternoon. Her private duty called me that Tuesday morning and said Alicia's not there, so I had to go do the private duty. I tried calling her, I couldn't get a hold of her. By the time that I got back to the house, she still wasn't there. So 11 or 12 o'clock, I was getting worried. I called the hospitals to see if maybe she fell asleep at the wheel. I called our friend to see if she had heard from her. She said no. So the only thing I knew to do was to go drive around looking for her, see if her car was at, her boyfriend's apartment complex. The only problem was...
So that's why she went to obtain the personal protection order.
No, she went to obtain that personal protective order because she didn't want to pay me, and the lawyer...
I know, but that's the excuse she used. You were stalking her and trying
several of them that were like fragments of our friendship.
How much did you have to pay the attorney?
$1,300.
And what was the result of that hearing?
It was dismissed, and the judge said she had no grounds to...
Do you have that?
I do have that. This is the dismissal.
Ma'am? Tell me about the personal protection order.
Actually, the judge said that I failed to prove my case.
Okay.
I was not able to have any witnesses come because they're co-workers of ours, the people that have witnessed things, and they did not want to speak against her. However, I do have a notarized statement from a witness who saw her
Let's see it, please.
do several things. There are several things in there.
You have to tell me, ma'am.
Okay. I told you about...
Anna was afraid if she got close to her after getting off the plane that she would black out and beat her.
What?
You tell me, read what you want me to know about the things she was saying or doing to cause you to want a protection order.
Okay. This witness testified that Stephanie called her frantic, crying, looking for me, trying to find my whereabouts. She stated that she was out driving around looking for me because she hadn't seen me. And when the witness told her if I wasn't home, I would probably at my boyfriend's house, she stated that she was going to drive over to my boyfriend's house because she had to find me. This witness is also testifying about a certain day when I was babysitting and I was dozing on the couch at my friend's house who I was babysitting for. I felt someone standing there and I opened my eyes and Stephanie was standing over me. On the day that I was moving out of her house, she stood in front of the U-Haul truck that I had rented to move my belongings out. She told me that she was not moving until she got what she wanted. I told her that I was in the middle of moving and that we would talk
Get
about
what she wanted, as in what?
the money that she feels I owe her. And I told her that I was in the middle of moving and we would talk about it at another time.
Plaintiff Stephanie Smalley lived with the defendant, and she claims after she falsely accused Stephanie of being in love with her, she filed a restraining order against Stephanie.
People manipulate the courts with these protection orders to hurt people, to manipulate their way out of a circumstance, to set up a lawsuit, because you can go and get a protection order and the judge, they'll give it to you immediately pending a hearing. So when the hearing comes, that's when you determine whether it was valid or not. Based on everything you just told me, there was no reason for you to seek a protection order. By your own witness statement, your witness said that she came crying, looking for you. Why? Because she hadn't seen you and was worried about you. Then you say you looked up one day and she was standing in front of you. Then you were moving your things and she said, you owe me money, so before I'm going to allow you to take your things off my property, I want my money. That's nothing to go and seek a protection order for, ma'am. And storage fees, how does she owe you for that?
That was what I was talking about to begin with. The $150 is all I charged her because she wasn't there for half the month.
Did she agree to that?
Yeah, she said, I will. She said, don't worry, I'll pay you. I'm not going to screw you.
Ma'am, did you?
I told her that I would give her something for storing my belongings there. I did not stay there at all during the month of February. I shouldn't have to pay anything
This
towards
is storage fees we're talking about.
Right, but
lost wages, how does she owe you for that?
Okay, with a protective order, I couldn't be sure if she wouldn't have me arrested just for passing her in the hallway.
Oh, so you all were still working together.
Right.
You're right. Ma'am, I'm going to conclude that you had no probable cause to seek a protection order against this woman based on the things I have heard. I'm going to conclude that you agreed to pay the storage fees. I'm going to conclude that she lost wages because you obtained a protection order, unjustly so, as the judge concluded here, and as I'm concluding after hearing your testimony. And that protection order precluded her from going to work because you worked there. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,764. Have a good day.